It's Black History Month. Continue to correct people on how to say your name, Black girl. Okay? All month and ongoing, but specifically in Black History Month. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Brandy, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys some black book recommendations for your self-care and or your fitness journey. So I am currently hosting a fitness journey for my accountability group, and one of the requirements for this fitness journey is to read a non-fiction book. So I know you guys heard of 75 Hard, and you know that has the requirement of reading, I think, 10 pages a day out of a nonfiction book. So mine is similar. I'm not doing 75 Hard or anything like that. Well, I am doing something like that, but it's not 75 Hard. So I am hosting a fitness challenge with my fitness accountability group, and we are going to be reading, or have been reading, some nonfiction books during our fitness challenge. And I know a lot of people always ask, like, why are you guys reading during a fitness challenge? And long story short, we are not just working on our physical health, we are working on our mental health as well. And so I composed a list of nonfiction books that I sent over to my accountability group as recommendations, because a lot of the ladies were asking for recs because they really didn't know where to go. And so the list that I created for them is a well-rounded list. I wouldn't say all of the books are considered self-care books. Some of these books are memoirs that I've mentioned here before on this channel. I actually have an entire video talking about memoirs that I recommend. Some are also some are self-care books, and then some are for my people that are entrepreneurs. Okay, so I have a variety of books that I want to discuss with you guys, because maybe you are on a self-care journey, or maybe you are in the middle of a fitness journey, probably going to be starting a fitness journey or whatever, and you just need a nonfiction rec, because I know, just like me, a lot of us be reading fiction books. So let's get started with the recs. I'm going to be looking down because I have my iPad here. A lot of what I want to say to you guys today is going to be from my notes, because some of these recommendations are some that I have not read, or that it's been a while since I have read them. So I want to be able to give you guys like a brief summary without spoiling the book for you guys. So I did put some notes in my iPad just to keep me on pace. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. So first, you guys already know I always recommend Will by Will Smith. This is an autobiography. He talks about his upbringing, his childhood, his way into stardom. He talks about his life as an actor, as a musician, and he really gives us insight about his family dynamics, the family that he created with Jada Pinkett Smith. We do get a little bit of insight of his relationship with Jada. What else did I put here? Yeah, that's it. You get family dynamics, marriage dynamics. You get to just follow him through the process of becoming the celebrity that he is today. He does talk about his parents and his relationship with his parents. You guys, this is one of my favorite memoirs. I highly recommend this one in the audiobook, and every time I talk about that, I always mention that if you could do this one, do it as an audiobook, because it makes for the best experience. DJ Jazzy Jeff is on the turntables, okay? That's all I gotta say. This book is actually so cool because it includes pictures, and I love to read memoirs and look at pictures to kind of pinpoint specific times that they're talking about with the pictures, and I just think it's really cool. And I recommended this book because we get to see his process, right? We get to see how he grew up. We get to see how he becomes the man that he is today. And he does toss us a lot of gems in his book. And I just always recommend this one. Because even if you're not on a self-care journey, but you just want to read something nonfiction, this is the one. So this is the one that I'm actually currently reading myself in this fitness journey. I am doing my second read of Becoming by Michelle Obama, and I felt like this was the perfect book for me to read. I actually was gifted the reflection guide journal to go with this one. I didn't have it when I first read it the first time, but I was just gifted this by one of my followers over on Bookstagram. I call her Auntie. So Auntie, if you watching this, thank you so much. She just gifted me this book because I posted that I'm doing a reread for this. And with this one, of course, our former first lady is giving us family dynamics, marriage dynamics. She's talking about her experience as a first lady. She's talking about how she never wants to be a president, because you guys remember that rumor was going around for a while that she was going to be running for president. We get some Black history tidbits in here. She is from the south side of Chicago. She does mention that a lot in here. She talks about her experiences as a young adult dating Barack Obama. Like, she really goes into detail about how they just become who they are today, and how she had her own aspirations and her own journey, and how she also followed Barack's with his when he became a president. And you guys, this reading it a second time is actually pretty good for me, because some of the things, I remember some of the things, but some of the takeaways I'm getting this time around, especially during this fitness journey, I didn't get the first time. And then with me having this reflection journal, it's giving me the opportunity to kind of dig deeper and really think about what I'm reading. And yeah, I highly recommend. I've been tabbing it. I have tons of sticky notes in here because I'm actively reading this one. And then she also has like pictures in here too. So I love putting pictures in here. Like, she has one when she was working at the University of Chicago Medical Center. Like, she was literally in healthcare. She has some with her, you know, her sibling, her brother, her dad, and her mom. She looks just like her mom. So yeah, I think this one is always a wonderful book, especially for women. Viola Davis, Finding Me. You guys, this one here was such a touching memoir. It was one of my favorites. I raved about this one so freaking much. My manager bought me the physical copy because I talked about it so much. She does go over her upbringing as a child, and her upbringing was very traumatic. It was very traumatic, very, very traumatic. And she talked about her experiences as a child, just growing up, and how she became a star. She talks about getting into stardom, and she talks about her relationship with her family members, and tons of gems in here. And this one is a really short one. She has a picture of herself on the back. This one is not long. It is about a little less than 300 pages, but the audiobook was very good. I feel like when the person is narrating their own book, it makes for the best experience, because you get to hear the heartache, you get to hear the happiness, you get to hear all of their emotions while they tell you their story. It's just so authentic. But she does give tons of gems in this one, and that's another reason why I always recommend this one, because I feel like when people, you can learn from other people's experiences, right? And you can still learn from fiction novels as well. But I feel like in a nonfiction novel, just listening to people's experiences or reading about people's experiences, you can always take something away and just adapt it to your lifestyle and use it going forward. Good note taking, right? If you are an annotator or you like to jot things down, I feel like this one here was a good one to do that. So yes, highly recommend. So the next one, I actually don't have this one, but this one is currently, I'm waiting on it on Libby, okay? And it's called Dear Black Girls, How to Be True to You by Asia Wilson. It is a self-help book, and it's an exploration of what it means to be a Black woman on today, her way of rallying up women and girls all over the world. And then there was a blurb on there by Gabrielle Union, which I love Gabrielle Union. And her blurb was, through honest stories and inspiring lessons from her life, Asia Wilson reminds us to never doubt who we are or apologize for being true to ourselves. Dear Black Girls is a must read for every Black girl out there. And then another little blurb she put on here, the author, she put, this one is for all the girls with an apostrophe in their names, because as you guys can see, because I put the book right here, her name is spelled A''J''A, but it's pronounced Asia. So you can only imagine how many people are saying her name wrong. And I'm gonna throw this little tidbit in here. It's Black History Month. Continue to correct people on how to say your name, Black girl, okay? All month and ongoing, but specifically in Black History Month. Yeah, I can't wait to get that one. I'm literally hunting Libby down. Like, how many more days, how many more weeks am I next in line? Because I'm really intrigued by that one. The next one that I am intrigued by that I do not own is called I'm Not Yelling, and that is by Elizabeth, I think it's Liba. And it's a Black woman's guide on how to navigate in a workplace. This book will be perfect for Black History Month, okay? Because if you work in corporate America, then you already know, right? We ain't got to talk about it, but you already know. So I'm excited about that one as well. I have it in my Amazon cart so that I can get it at a later time and read it. Excited about that one. So another one, Master of Me by Keke Palmer. Now that's one I've been seeing all the girls talking about here lately because I know it is a newer release. And it's Keke Palmer's biography. And in that one, she talks about her journey as a childhood star all the way into adulthood and how to navigate the complexities of identity, fame, and personal growth. She gives the blueprint for mastering your destiny. So I thought that was perfect for women who can relate. Anybody who can really relate to starting your career at a very young age and just navigating as you grow. You have to navigate as an adult doing the same career you was doing as a young child. So yeah, I felt like that was a good one to recommend. And I also heard that she drops a little tea in this book too, just a little bit. But you know, the little viral stuff she had going on in her personal life. So if you're nosy and you just want a little tea, plus you want to learn something, then you might want to pick this one up. The next one is Emotional Self-Care for Black Women. And it is a self-help book. Now, I don't typically read I don't read self-help books, really. But I do want to start getting into them. I'm not opposed to them. I just don't read them because I really hadn't found any that are interesting besides the ones that I'm mentioning to you guys today. So I'm excited about this one. I do have this one on my Amazon wish list as well. So this one talks about how to raise your self-esteem, eliminate negative thinking, and how to heal from your past traumas even while life is lifing. So y'all know, sometimes you could get in your head. Sometimes you could be your worst critic. And sometimes you need to give yourself some grace. You really do, because life is literally lifing for some of everybody, and we still got to navigate this thing. Period. A next one I love so much, and I don't own it, and I actually need to own it. Now, my husband told me that if I called a radio station and asked him for the book, he will send me an autographed copy. And I tried, but baby, the phone lines be too busy. And this is called Black Privilege by Charlamagne tha God. Now I know he a little petty something, but I like him. And I didn't like him at first because he is a little petty something. So this one touches on societal changes that Black men and women face on a daily. It also talks about focusing on things that you can change and not things that you cannot change, because why waste your time on things that you cannot change? He tosses tons of gems in this one. I really need to own this. And I just probably need to buy it at this point because I'm not calling that radio station back. I ain't got time. The next one I want to talk about, and I always talk about, is Hustle Harder and Hustle Smarter by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Y'all know I love him down. This one is for the entrepreneurs. I feel like this one is for the entrepreneurs. We already know how 50 Cent ride. Is this some writing in here? I thought I seen something green in here. Maybe I'm seeing stuff. So I actually did this one as an audiobook, and then I was gifted the physical copy because, again, I raved about it so much and I just loved it. And like I said, this one is specifically for the entrepreneurs. It is a self-help book on how to embrace change. And y'all already know this man going through a whole lot of change. And he talks about how he had to navigate changes that he experienced during his career and how he had to positively embrace the changes experienced during every season of his life. And y'all, he gives so many gems in this book. It kind of makes me upset when people be bad-mouthing him because he is such a smart guy. Now, I know you could be smart and the world could still hate you. I know. And he is very petty. And he's a troll. I get it, but I feel like if you just give him a chance with this and see what I'm talking about, I highly recommend. The Autobiography by Gucci Mane. So this one here is for the people that need a nonfiction book, but for no particular reason other than just wanting to read a nonfiction book. Because Gucci Mane is really giving us the rundown of his career, how he got where he is, why he got where he is, and how life went when he was incarcerated, his upbringing. But I feel like if you just want to read a nonfiction book with no strings attached, like for no self-help, nothing besides just knowing somebody's business, I feel like this is a good one. I recommend it. All of these books are recommended to my fitness accountability group, but this one got high praises from one of my friends that is actually in the group because she read this book and she loved it as well. And I feel like it's just a good time. I feel like it's just a good time, and I feel like learning the difference between big Gucci and little Gucci, I think this is worth the read. It was a good audio book. I did do this via audio because I like to do my memoirs and autobiographies via audiobook. So my last recommendation is Bamboozled by Jesus by Yvonne. Now, Yvonne is Issa's friend in, what's the show? Insecure. She plays in Insecure. She's Issa's friend. And she wrote what I will call a self-help book, but she refers to it as her spin-off on a self-help book. And the way she wrote it is to incorporate how God tricked her into living the life that she was destined for. Like, the life of her wildest dreams. Like, you know how they say pray and literally pray and be specific with your prayers, even if they way up here, if they way up there, tell them what you want, pray for what you want, do the work and see what happens. And that's what she's talking about. She's talking about getting out of her head, staying faithful to God, praying, doing her part, because you can pray, but you also got to go to work and do your part. And she's a comedian. She's funny. So she puts a little comedian touch in this not self-help book. And I thought it was very, very good. I don't own this one. However, I had so many gems and takeaways. If you want to pull up my review for this on my Bookstagram page, y'all, the review was just full of quotes, 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 a lot of quotes, because I really, really love this one. It was really good. I just couldn't get over the fact that she didn't want to call it a self-help book, because it was indeed a self-help book. She just put her little spin to it, which I really enjoyed. Now, I know a lot of us over here are reading our fiction books, and we like to be in Delulu land because it's fun over there. But you know, sometimes we just need to take the time out to read a memoir, especially about our favorite celebrities. Maybe read a self-help book, you know, just to make sure your life is in order. Make sure you're good. Make sure you're straight, okay? If you like to journal, I think these are some good books to kind of read for some type of journal prompts. Like, you could get journal prompt ideas out of here and just strengthen your mental, because everything ain't about your physical. When you are doing a fitness challenge, I get it. You want your physical appearance to be tight, okay? But during that challenge, you want to make sure your mental is right, because if your mental ain't right, you can't do nothing with this physical, okay? All right. That's my spiel for today. That's all I got for y'all. If you read any of these, let me know. Let me know your thoughts about them. Let me know if any of these sound good to you and you might check them out. I really want y'all to incorporate at least one nonfiction book into your TBR this year. Just one. Make sure you share this with whoever you know that is on a fitness journey, a self-help journey, any type of journey that's going to require them to read nonfiction books and they need inspiration. Until next time, ta-ta.